Let's get this right out of the way. This is a good game. The Order is a very well-made game that got completely lambasted by gaming media outlets. And they seem to just gang up on it. They seem to feed off each other. At first they couldn't wait for this game. Everyone was going crazy about it. Expectations were through the roof. And that's partly why, when it actually hit, it was hard to meet those expectations. Although I think, for the most part, it did. Two of the biggest complaints were length and, that it's on rails. That there's too many cutscenes and it's too linear. But I don't think either of those complaints makes a whole lot of sense. Let's start with the big complaint first. A lot of people complained about the length of the game, and it probably clocks in at about 8 to 10 hours, depending on how quickly you can get through it, how many times you die, how thoroughly you search areas, how much you kind of linger in environments. Of course, it's going to vary. For me, I'm guessing it was about 10. And if I had bought this at full price, at $60, I don't think that would have been terrible. I tried to base value on what most people agree is, a decent value, going to a movie at a theater. These days, that's about $10 or so. If you bought this at $60, then you're almost getting it for the price of, a few movies. The value is about the same. If you got this at $50, and this, by the way, was one of the games that dropped fastest in price in history, so you probably were able to pick it up very quickly at $40 or $50, then you definitely got your money's worth. I actually picked it up very recently on sale, and I waited too long because I listened to the shitty media. I picked it up for only $7 on a PSN sale, and I'm incredibly happy with it. I think if media outlets had some way to judge value, like I do with the movie prices, I think this would have gotten a much better score. The other big complaint that they had was that it was too linear, that it's on rails. Some places actually complained that you just don't play the game. You're watching a cutscene all the time, like the cutscene that you're seeing right now. But even during this cutscene, as you can see, you're doing something. Maybe I'm getting too old, but sometimes when there's cutscenes, I'm glad for the break. If there's a really intense fight, I'm glad to have a little break where I don't have to be, panicked or worried that I'm about to die. It's a nice little break from the action. And it's very hard, and I think a lot of people will forget this, in an open world game to tell a story well. Linear games tell stories better. And this is a good example. Let's talk about some of the good things that this game did well. I actually think the length was one of the good points. It came in at 10 hours. It didn't linger. There's some games that by the end, I just want it to end. As much as I enjoyed playing through, but not this one. It didn't overstay its welcome. It didn't feel too short. I thought it ended at just the right time. The actual fights were fun and intense. The cutscenes were well done. The characters, you love some of them, you hate some of them. You actually have some feelings about them, which, I think is a success by itself. So many games fail to do that. The environments are beautiful. This is maybe the most beautiful game I've ever played. London is very well realized and detailed. Some of the small things, like how to overload an electrical system in the game, or open locks, or just looking at a newspaper. They're small details that really helped the environment and helped flesh out the experience. And I thought it was very well done. This is a quality game. Everything is well done. Almost. There were certain moments, certain quick time events and things like that I think were too easy to die the first time through. And I don't think quick time events are fun to play through again. If you want to have them in there, fine, and even if they give the player a lot of time to hit the button, I think the players still feel like they have to hit it quick. So give them a lot of time. They'll still feel the anxiety of having to hit it quick. Just let them get through it in the first try. Because, replaying a quick time event, that's a mistake from any point of view. But overall, this game was good. And if you haven't picked it up because you, like me, believed the gaming media bastards who lambasted this for almost no reason, pick it up. It's worth your time.